Welcome back to Silent Pew. Today we're taking a look at my very first AR build. This thing's got premium parts in it, it's fully ambi, and it's built for suppression. Now I haven't fired it yet, so we're gonna break it down tip to butt and see how it looks. Before we get started, as always, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys everything is clear and has been checked before this video started. All right, so kicking us off, I did go ahead and start with the ASR flash hider from SilencerCo. This flash hider here is a 3-prong flash hider that has different size tuning forks to help mitigate some of that tinging sound when you're firing the firearm. And then of course, the ASR mount specific is going to allow me to throw on my suppressor to this, as well as swap that over to a different gun if I'd like to. So that's just gonna be the quick detach mount for SilencerCo. Up next, I got the rifle speed gas block here. And this specifically is an adjustable gas block. So this has 12 different settings on it, and it's gonna allow me to adjust the settings on the fly. So if I'm shooting with no suppressor, I can quickly tune the firearm specific to that. If I throw that suppressor on, I get some more back pressure there. I can go ahead and tune that, or I should say retune that, so that I can shoot suppressed and still feel comfortable. So under the handguard, I went with the Criterion Core series for the barrel. This one specifically is 16 inches long, and it's a mid-length gas system. As well, I'm running 223 Wild. Speaking of the handguard, I did go with the Midwest Industries, and this is a 14-inch Midwest Industries combat rail. Super light, it's got the Picatinny on the top, and it's M-LOK all the way around. And then the reason I went with 14-inch instead of a 15-inch is I wanted to make sure that I had enough room to make those adjustments on that adjustable gas block. Otherwise, I might have been pushing it a little bit too tight. So for the handbrake, I actually started off with a vertical grip from BCM, but I changed that out. I decided to go with the Emissary Development handbrake here. For this, I thought it fit aesthetically a little bit better in my opinion, and also felt a little bit more comfortable on this. So I decided to swap those out. So far, feels pretty good in hand, but we're gonna have to go shoot it and see. So moving into the midsection of the firearm, I did decide to go with the SilencerCo upper and lower. I felt like they went well with the build, they look good, and they fit well also. And then the lower, as you can see here, if I move this flap up, has the ambidextrous bolt release here, so I can actually release the bolt from the right-hand side or the left-hand side. And so that's a neat feature. One of the things that I did go ahead and put in here, which you guys can't see from here, under the hand grip, there's actually a nylon fitting that goes up through the lower, and it actually keeps the lower and the upper a little bit tighter. So it actually stops the upper and lower from wiggling. Prior to that, there was a little bit of wiggle, and I think most firearms have that, but that helps keep it pretty tight. So moving over to the internals, I went with the Radian safety selector. This one here specifically is a 45-degree fully ambidextrous safety selector. I went with the Radian takedown pins as well, which just match the aesthetics. On the back end side here, I have a Radian backplate. And then finally, I went with the Radian SD charging handle, which is built for suppression. And then we have our trigger. For the trigger, I went with a Geissele SDC, which stands for their Super Dynamic Combat Trigger. This is a fantastic feeling trigger. It's flat faced. And as you can see here, there's just a little bit of take up and a super clean light break. Sticking with that Geissele theme, I went with a premium buffer tube from Geissele here, along with a Super 42 braided spring and an H2 buffer. And finally, all the other bits and pieces in the lower for the lower parts kit are also from Geissele. While we're back here talking a little bit about the buffer tube, I did go with a Forward Control Designs castle nut. So for this castle nut, it is just a cleaner look for me than the mil spec one. Really no big deal. I just decided to go with it, but let me know how I did on the stake. So taking a look at the bolt carrier group, I went with the Cryptic Coatings and Mystic Black. I've seen mixed reviews on this, so it is the only questionable part that I feel like I have in my build. You guys let me know if you have any experience with it or any feedback on it. But I went with it because it's supposed to have less friction, and it's supposed to be super easy to clean in terms of what material that it's made out of, or should I say the coating that it's made out of. We'll see how it holds up. If it doesn't work out, I'll swap it out, no problem. Go with something like a BCM or a Daniel Defense. But for now, that's what we have in there. For the grip, I went with a BCM grip. It's got great texture on it, and it's got a good angle. So we'll see how this feels when we get out there, but so far so good. So nothing fancy on the back. We went with a standard B5 Systems buttstock back here. For me, it was either between this or Magpul. I decided on this. I felt like it fit this build a little bit better. Feels comfortable, so we're gonna stick with that. So finally, to top this build off, quite literally, I went with an EXPS3 from EOTech. and the G45 magnifier to finish it out. Now I know I don't have any backup iron sights on this thing, so let me know down in the comments, with this much rail space, do you guys worry about having a backup iron sight on there, or do you just forget about it? All right, thanks for checking out my build. So that's everything that's on it so far. And I know before you guys flame me, I don't have a weapon light, I don't have a sling on it yet, but I'm definitely gonna get those things in there. This build was a full build for me from the ground up, not a I bought a rifle and added accessories to it type of build. So I'm pretty proud of it, especially being that it's my first build. I'm excited to get it out there. I'm excited to see how it even feels, if everything's working properly, and that's what we're gonna do next as well. So is this thing overkill, or is it not enough? Let me know if you would have done anything different with your first build. Make sure you guys like, make sure you subscribe so you can see more of this content. We're gonna get this thing out to the range next, but until then, stay safe and shoot straight.